What's up, everybody? We're still in the holiday season, so happy holidays. Ricky and I are both kind of already over it. But you know what? Here we are. It is basically our last live stream of the year, falling right between Christmas and New Year, so we'll have some fun. And if this is your first time joining, I am Joe the psychologist and your other host here, my beer brother, partner in crime, partner in beer. Ricky, how you doing? Oh,
Yeah, I'm doing good, man. How you
lower the
doing, bro?
music a little bit.
It's loud?
It got loud all of a sudden.
Listen, man, I got some cheap ass headphones on, so y'all gotta let me know. 'Cause I can't hear the music on I cannot hear it. It's just very faint, so if it's loud, let me know. If I'm loud, let me know. I didn't
Yeah,
get a
everyone, if the music is loud, let us know.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you for that. I'm doing good, Joe. I can't wait for this fucking holiday season to be over. I hate the holidays.
Don't be a Grinch.
Yeah, Grinch.
I'm not gonna lie, I did put all my Christmas stuff from the living room at least away yesterday, so
Yeah.
I wanted to get back to get normal, start that New Year's cleaning. That's what I gotta look forward to.
New Year's
So
cleaning. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's
oh
true.
yeah.
That's true.
My mom used to do it. You know, you start your new year, you wake up that morning and there's no mess. You can just lay
Is that a
there
Hispanic thing where
and
they always say it's a new year, make sure you go into the new year clean, have your room clean, your house
yeah,
clean, or
I think
whatever?
Hispanic and maybe some Asian as well. I'm not 100% sure.
Because I was raised the same way, man.
I mean, and it's a good feeling, especially if you were drinking and you get up the next day and you're like, "Oh God, there's a mess," and you're like, "Wait, my house is clean. I just need to shower and I can veg out all
This
day
house
in a
is
clean
clean,
house.
baby.
This house is clean."
What
Well,
you
all right.
drinking, brother?
So I went back to KCBC. I know that's the from last month. I got that King's Country Brewers collection. So I got another can. I'm saving this one to send to you also. So
Nice.
this one is called Superhero Sidekick, and
Hmm.
it's a 6.9. It's made with Citra, Mosaic, Idaho 7, Centennial, hops, barley, wheat and oats. And I don't know if you can see too well, but that's the can.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, so I'll make sure to save this can for you.
There's a lot going on in
There's a lot in that
there.
picture. And if I remember the last one, like I was actually gonna get the Santa Claus one,
Yeah.
but it wasn't there. So I guess they sent them out seasonally, and they
Hmm.
pulled the claws out already pretty quickly.
That sucks. Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't have a
Uh,
brand new brew to share with everyone tonight. I didn't have time to go out to the store. I got me Honey Spot Road anyway. Two roads, Honey Spot. Not two roads. It's Two Roads Brewery Company, but it is Honey Spot Road. So I'm enjoying that while you taste that. While you take that sip of that delicious, refreshing
I
brew.
gave myself too much of a head.
I hate when that
um,
happens, bro.
but I got my glasses on, but this thing looks pretty fucking thick, actually.
Yeah, I
Holy
know it
shit!
does. Yeah,
This is
I
gonna
can
be
see
a
it.
thick, thick, thick beer.
It looks good though.
Actually, it's damn good.
It's damn
That
good.
the citrus kick
That's
is
right.
really good. All right, let's
Hello,
keep
Miss
saying
Tara. Mrs. Tara Wilson. Hello, guys. I hope you
Mrs.
both
Wilson.
had an amazing Christmas. Yeah, I can't complain. I hope you and Albert as well, and all of your family appreciate the
Yeah.
love, Mrs. Tara Wilson. 0709. Oh, that's that random shit that Google be putting on, right? Yeah, they 8270. Ask Adam is that has any meaning to him. What up, Adam? What's
I
good,
think they
bro?
gave him the same thing, just a random
Yeah,
number.
everyone. I hate that crap. Hey, Selena. Hi, everyone. I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas. It's still going, man. And happy holidays, the best time of the year. That's subjective. And yes,
Oh
Grinch.
no.
Yeah, that is. I am the Grinch. The holidays, thank goodness. Yeah, me too, man. I always like my mental health always collapses during the holidays, man. It just sucks. Off work until mid February. Yes,
Holy
Mrs. Wilson for the
shit, that's a
win.
vacation.
That's awesome.
That's a vacation. Well, especially if are you getting snowed in? Because I know that
Yeah.
the up north is getting a lot of
Bro, I
snow. Are
was
you getting a
shoveling
lot of snow,
snow
Mrs.
today,
Wilson?
bro. I had to shovel my dad out. Um, I started my New Year's cleaning. I started my New Year's cleaning weeks ago. I started off with my room, and
Nice.
Mrs. Wilson, that's our anniversary when we started dating. Oh, in February? Is that
Aww.
what it is? That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
But yeah, so this is
Thank you for the
our
comments, by the way.
our
Yes.
last live
Yeah.
stream of 2025. So we want to
Real
thank
quick, how's
you
that
for
brew? You said it
watching.
was good though. I'm sorry,
It's
I don't mean to
good.
cut you off,
I
but
know, but you told me that I gotta start sipping slower.
he
So
learned. He's
I'm
learning.
trying to keep away from it, but it tastes that good that it's gonna be hard to slip slowly.
That's all good, brother. Salute. Enjoy, man.
Oh wait, I answered my question real quick about if it's snow, and I forgot where they're at.
We're in
We're in
Cali. Oh
Cali.
yeah.
Yeah. So well,
Oh,
it
we got
snows in California,
our
but
West Coast
northern
friends.
California.
Man, I wish I was in Cali right now. I hate this. I mean, it's just the snow. I don't mind it, man, but it's the shoveling and all that shit I can't stand, man. And the
Yeah, I get it.
traveling, it ruins travel plans, and I don't know.
When you told me that that's what you were gonna do, I said I don't miss it.
Joe, don't even mention the snow. Speaking of snow, let's
I
transition
know.
to that.
Kind of have no other choice, right, Rick?
Yeah.
Let's give him some snow.
It has been established persons who have recently died have been returning to life and committing acts of murder.
Manhattan, from Harlem to Queens, the zombies are taking over.
Widespread investigation of reports from funeral homes, morgues, and hospitals has concluded that the unburied dead are coming back to life, seeking human victims.
There's no more room in hell. The dead walk here.
Yes, dead snow, just in time for all you people in your snow, wishing that you were dead so you wouldn't have to shovel it. But that is not what the movie is about. This was a first watch for me. I should have gotten this part. I think it's from Norway. But yes, it's Dead Snow, released in 2009, written and directed by Tommy Wirkola. And that's the only name I'm going to attempt because I don't want to butcher the rest of the actors' names. I'm not
director,
even
right?
going to try it. Yeah, that was a director, and I was going to have a little bit of a hard time with that. So I wasn't even going to try the cast here.
Did you watch that Jeremy Renner film, the Witch Hunters? Whatever that shit was called.
Oh,
Jesus
Hansel
Christ.
and Gretel.
Yes.
Yeah.
He did this director.
Oh, did he?
He did.
Oh, that was
yeah.
actually that's actually
Yeah.
I did like that movie.
I hear
There was
echoes.
a-
You got this. You got something playing in the background there.
Oh wait, this is my volume. Sorry, my phone volume was on in case I had to get up and run out of here real quick. Um, but yeah, I didn't know that, and I actually did like that movie. And this is another one where you've got a group of friends who are going to a cabin again. I don't know why people want to keep going to cabins for stuff. Don't they watch horror movies? And by 2009,
They brought
actually,
that up too.
so what I was gonna say, I'll bring that up. Somebody did bring that up. But yes, this group goes to a cabin. Honestly, like I'll tell you right now, when they all got there, and the one guy said, "You guys are gonna walk," and he went with the jet ski or this snowmobile.
Yeah.
Couldn't he have just come back and forth and grab them one at a time while they're walking instead of just going for his
That would
fun
have
ride?
took too long. Nah,
I mean, that's some fun. You get
That's
back
tedious,
and
bro.
you get
That's
back and you're in the snowmobile while everybody's hiking it in snow. That's that's not a good friend, I gotta say. And I mean, even though he turned out to be a cool guy here, but this was, I would say, it was a very interesting movie. You didn't give me the heads up on the I had to read. So when I had to read, I'm like, oh shit, let's make some more food and kind of like make this buzz not be so buzzed to watch the movie, which was a fun way to watch it anyways. But yeah, what I kind of like, I'll say, is that it was a little interesting, the getting a backstory of what these kids, not even kids, they're all kind of young adults actually.
They're med students.
They're all
yeah.
they're med students.
Yep.
It's basically not that far from there. A bunch of Nazi soldiers were basically they camped there and tortured the town folk. So I was like, when you hear that story, I was like, this is gonna be something kind of interesting when you hear this. So I mean, I kind of thought in considering the zombie movies that we're all used to, it's some medical thing, you know what I mean? Some accident. Like this gives you a whole like lore of what to watch out for. And I kind of thought that was something different that I haven't seen, at least in a zombie movie.
Yeah, I agree. I like that it gave it a little backstory. There was a reason why it's not a zombie apocalypse. It was just this self-contained story in a vacuum that just happened to take place where these 7 individuals were heading out for their Easter vacation. I like that, and I like that they actually, it had a. It's weird because this film is. I saw it almost like a hybrid. Yes, it's a zombie movie, but it almost had like the rules of like a slasher. It had
Yeah.
the crazy Ralph type motherfucker coming in here. This guy sits down, man, criticizes the coffee. He's sitting there, he's rolling up this dude, bro, and he's like telling the story, and the ADR was fucking off the chains in this scene because every time he would talk and snore or anything, you could hear every little detail. Because I watched it with the headphones on, so I noticed all those little things. And the camera just kept slowly pushing it closer and closer to this guy, and then he was off to the races. And next time you saw him, he was getting fucked up. But I like that because it gave us a reason for him being there. He just he was credited as the wanderer, but he was like a hiker as well. He was just
Yeah.
living off the land for a bit. Maybe he's one of those guys that just likes to get away from society. But I like that, and I really enjoyed the beginning of this film because it did give us an introduction to two sets of groups, the guys and the girls. And off the bat, who's a couple with who's single, who's a horny perv, who's the horror fanatic, one of the guys, a big horror movie guy.
Erlen.
Yeah, so you already knew. All right, everybody told you enough of these characters so you could, differentiate who's who, and it makes you care about the characters too down the road, down the line as the film progresses. So they hit on all of that within the first like 20 minutes, and I'm like, that's damn. No, I wish more movies would take the time and do that. And even the zombies themselves, before we get to Herzog, I really enjoyed how they kept them off screen for a lot.
Yeah.
Even in the beginning, when Sarah's running, Sarah being the girlfriend of one of the driver, I forgot his name.
Vagard.
Vagard, and yet when she's being stalked and attacked and killed in that cold open, and you still didn't get a good glimpse at them. Everything was very kinetic, and they come in and out of the frames. And then even when the Wanderer character was killed, and all you see again, you see like their shadows, you see just their presence. And even when they attacked them inside the tent, or the tent just kept shaking, you hear them getting eaten and stuff like that. They didn't show them. And even when you finally got to the one review, I think it was Vergard that it panned up slowly from that one Nazi zombie. Then finally you get a good glimpse of what the makeup looks like, and I like that. Again, it didn't rush into it. And it did kind of remind me almost like an Evil Dead type film as well, So
Yeah.
it had a lot of different vibes in there. It wasn't just your typical zombie movie. Again, it's not a zombie apocalypse. It's just something that's, it's just pretty much self-contained in this little pocket of the world. I like that.
Well, and it's funny because the Wanderer, you know who he made me think of? Eli Roth's character in Cabin Fever.
Yeah.
Like that's what I thought about, and I was like, "Oh no, you're gonna meet an untimely death." And when they showed him getting killed, like when he was getting killed, it's funny because I couldn't quite. It looked like he was getting actually stabbed 1st is the way that it was looking. Not eating him, but it looked like he was stabbing him.
Yeah. Oh,
like basically.
Yeah. You're right. You're right. It could have been that because honestly, I don't really think these zombies were interested in just eating you. They just wanted to disembowel you for the most part.
Basically, like, tear you up. And that's when all shit actually hits the fan, and you kind of it helped, but I kind of saw it. You had said to me, this is kind of think of a little Evil Dead. And then when the shit starts hitting the fan, there was just a couple parts where it was a little bit like, is this meant to be humorous? And I didn't want to ruin anything. And it is satirical humor.
It is, yeah.
So I didn't want to ruin any, since it was my first watch, I didn't want to like read anything. But yeah, I actually dug, the students versus the zombies part when we started getting into it.
Did you notice that I looked this up too. These zombies are kind of based on the remember when we did Black Christmas? No, I'm sorry, not Black Sabbath.
Yeah.
Right? And we mentioned like that particular vampire. Wasn't it called like
Wordalak?
No, not the Wordalak. I'm sorry. It ain't. What was the film that we did with the Draug? That it's a Nordic mythology creature that it pretty much it stalks grave sites and possessions of treasure.
That was
and stuff.
the Damned.
Was it? Yes. Okay.
The
Okay.
name.
So this here was the same type of creature they were going for. That's why there's it wasn't really like flesh eating. They were just on the expression, but they were damned. They came back and yeah, if you notice, they were all about the treasure, the possessions. Everything they had stolen that they claimed to be theirs now, they wanted it back because these punks ran into their territory and stole their shit, and they wanted it back. So that's pretty interesting. That gives it a different flavor as well, not just your regular run of the mill, flesh eaters.
Well, and all our characters like met kind of different deaths, which were
Hmm.
oh yeah. I mean, because I think the first one was Chris, but with Chris, as you mentioned, that you barely got to see the zombies. So when she gets pulled into the porta potty or she falls in, and she comes out like grabbing her side, I'm like, well, did she get cut on the way down? Well, no, turns out it was, one of the zombies. And like the other part I liked was that vision that it had like a infrared type of vision when the
Hmm.
zombie was
Yeah.
stalking her.
Hmm.
So I that one thing, I thought this was a Christmas movie because in the beginning of the movie, when Sarah's being chased, they were playing the Sugar Plum song from the Nutcracker.
Yeah, that's the Davregubians Hall, whatever that shit's called. It's from Edvard Grieg, something like that.
See, and
Edvard. It's a public domain. The Hall of the Mountain King, if you want to call it that as well, it's very famous. If you hear it, you know what it
oh,
is. So
so I think of the Nutcracker. So I'm like, is
yeah,
this
because it
Christmas?
was it was that's where it was used there prominently.
Yes.
Most people would know it from the Nutcracker.
And I'm like, oh, okay. So somehow we got a Christmas movie in before the end of the year. But no, they were on vacation on Easter, which I didn't
Yeah.
realize that Easter vacation was so big over there. But we don't really
Well,
like.
again, because they're medical students, they probably had that time off. So you know what? This is our time off
Oh,
because
it's
it's a
a
holiday. Not because they were like, hey, it's Easter, let's celebrate. No, this is the only
okay.
time they probably had off. That's how
All
I took
right,
that.
that makes a little more sense because I thought it was kind of weird that they wanted to go out and party up in a cabin for Easter. Not
Yeah.
not 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 on the top of the list of holidays that you want to go party for. I kind of think.
Let me grab some
Um,
of these comments real
yeah,
quick,
go ahead.
and then we'll get into. I gotta ask you about Herzog, man. Uh, Adam says, I'm watching the end battle now. Good for them for making a stand. It's funny because this movie, when the first time I watched this a while ago, but I forgot most of it. Cause this was maybe like 5, 6 years ago, maybe I've seen it. And when I saw it again recently, the first time, I kind of fell asleep near the end, and I got up real quick, and all of a sudden, I see Martin's character, and he's kind of retelling the events of this past movie, and then all of a sudden, I see this big ass chase between Martin, Herzog, and it looked like Mad Max. I'm like, what the fuck is going? How long is this movie? I don't recall all this. And what it was is the movie ended and it bled into the sequel. So that was part two I was
Oh,
watching. So I was like, oh,
oh.
let me stop that. I want to save that, and I'll watch the movie again. So I watched it again last night. They just tore him in half. Fatality. Why, hello, devilishly handsome beer brothers. Hey, Lexi, what's going on the fourth corner? How are you? And it
Hey,
continues to
Lex.
get worse. I saw it already with you, or this is his
No,
first
I
time.
watched it last night. So we
Oh, this
got
is his
back and
first
we put
time.
the movie on, and he was trying to get it in there. So I'm like, you're gonna be watching the end as we're talking about this.
My man called it his Willie. Mrs. Terra, no snow here. It was obnoxiously cold, but now we're getting constant flood warnings. I spent 1 year in New
Mm.
Jersey for Christmas, and it was so hot and humid. It was a wild Christmas. I miss my New Jersey fam. I can't imagine the holidays though, like warm weather. I mean, it must be great, but
You get used to it.
yeah, you get used to it. Yeah, finally, so we're getting Adam's live reaction. That's pretty
Yeah, I
cool.
had him doing live reaction here.
That's cool. I'll see the villain tomorrow. That's right. The villain is in Florida. I hope he's
Yep.
having a great time. It sounds like he's having a ball. You guys met up, right?
Yep. I saw him on Friday. Friday, and he
Nice.
came over for Christmas. So, we
Awesome.
had a nice Christmas
That's
together.
good. He's finally had his brother with him. That's pretty sweet.
Oh, yeah, it was fun.
Oh,
And
now
oddly enough,
Herzog.
no horror.
No horror, yeah. You mentioned Herzog's story about him and his battalion. They stationed themselves in some fucking some town, but they took it over essentially. This was
Yeah.
what was it? Were they? I know they're
World War. It was
Germans,
World
but
War
World
Two.
War Two.
Yeah.
So they occupied this area. Then once the Germans were about to get fucking toasted, they decided to just bum rush all these fucking poor people, steal all their shit, and they just kept abusing them, torturing them, everything you could think of that's heinous, until this, this group of townsfolk or whatever all got together, staged this coup, and just bum rushed the show, man. They took them over, they started killing them, and then a group of them got away, and led by Herzog, they ran into the mountains. They got chased off into these mountains, and they were never seen from again. So the expectations were that they froze to death out in the mountains. Their bodies were never recovered. So we see them dead here. So I'm assuming, yeah, they must have gotten fucked up somehow. Let's just say they froze, starved to death, whatever it was. But I really wanted to know, maybe the sequel gets into this, what brought them back, what brought
Life.
them back to life in the forms of these mythical creatures, because that's what they are, so.
Yeah, I mean,
how'd you like that story, the backstory?
I did like I said, the story added it made you go, all right, well, they're taking a little bit more serious, they're tying into a historical event. You're obviously going to be dealing with people who are killers already before they became zombies, so you're already basically dealing with bad guys. And the reason they had taken over that spot is it was a way for them to be able to cut off Russia
Yeah, good stuff.
for
Yeah.
supplies, which is why they were there. It was like this random little area that they were able to occupy to keep, them from getting more supplies for the war. But yeah, I mean, here's the thing. We'd like to know more about it, but since it just gave the story about, these people and then they show up, yeah, I would like to know more how it came to be, but at the same time, I didn't mind it for this one.
It's not needed.
It's
I
not.
wouldn't mind it, but yeah, they give us enough with in the form of they were after those trinkets and the treasure. This group of people started pocketing them and shit like that, and somehow they're tied to that treasure. That maybe that bonds them to whatever's left of this world of theirs. And because even the end, when Martin seemingly gave it to them and they were okay and they let him go, but then Hannah, his girlfriend, had put one of the coins, he slid it into his jacket pocket. He didn't realize it.
No.
So when he saw the coin fall at the end, he's like, oh
Fuck.
shit. And then but a little spoiler, I'm sorry I said it earlier, but obviously he survives that because again he was at the start of the other movie, and that's what's funny because I had fallen asleep right before he cut his arm off, so I didn't see that part. So when I was watching part 2, seeing him without the arm, I'm like, what the fuck happened to my man, bro? Because when you fall asleep and sometimes you don't realize it, it's like you blink your eyes. That's what it felt like. Wait, what the hell? How much did I skip something? What's going on here? Then I paused and it said Red versus Dead. Like, oh my god. All right, let me go to bed, bro. I'm done.
Well, it's funny because I had in my notes I had said, "Well, Martin, who knows?" Well, now he ended up surviving. Which again, you didn't
Another
finish all the
thing,
way
too,
through, so
that-
you don't know if he did totally survive.
We're also not sure if a bite will infect you. We don't know that.
Mm-mm.
I mean, our character, what's his name? Elrond, you said it was? The fat guy. What was his name?
Erland.
Erland. I was close. He was establishing, whatever you do, don't get bitten. And what I like too, that this is a movie that it takes place in our world essentially. When I say our world, it's because zombies exist in this world. The zombie apocalypse
Yeah.
is not real. It's only in fiction, and that's how we will be reacting if something like that were to happen. So he was like, don't get bit. But again, a couple of our characters got bit and they never really turned. So maybe that's not established in this world that the bite brings you or kills you and brings you back. I don't think it works that way. And yeah, go ahead.
That's good because Erland is the one, not Erland, Vagard
Vagard.
is the one that went through the most because when he first fights the one,
Yeah.
he ends up biting him. So he basically had the zombie's blood in his mouth. He was, bathed in it, and then later on gets bit in the neck. And then where the fuck did he find a needle and thread to close the hole in his neck?
Well, he's a medical student. He probably had
Yes,
that shit.
but where'd
like,
he?
he probably
Okay, I
packed
mean,
it with him. I'm assuming he went to go find Sarah. So
Yeah.
if he's smart, he's gonna bring supplies with him. That's
I
how
guess
thought.
I just.
But
I
that
just
scene
wouldn't-
was crazy, bro. When he was sewing that shit. Oh man.
Well, and I'm in my head going, dude, don't you have any tape? And then he sews it, and then he wraps, and he's doing such a horrible job at the tape. I'm like, is this part supposed to be comedic? Like, because again, there's a little when he fights that zombie and he keeps hitting it in the head, the zombie wouldn't go down, and then finally he took him down.
Film, brother.
It is.
I was laughing my ass off when the character of Roy was talking all that shit, letting out the Molotov cocktail. He was gonna throw it out the window, and he fucking hits the fuck. He misses the window completely, burns the cabin down. That's how you know it's got comedy elements. I was dying laughing.
Well,
and I know,
even Vagard's death, because Vagard, after he makes it through, shows up in this motorcycle with a fucking machine gun. Then a bunch of zombies surround him. They all pull out their knives and like simultaneously stab him, and then they grab him and they fucking ripped him. Like you saw Adam's reaction. They fucking shredded him apart.
I love that too, because you could tell the dummy part. I love dummies. Whenever I see any dummy in a fucking movie, I love it. I don't care how cheesy it looks. I find that shit so like unintentionally funny sometimes. I mean I can't say unintentionally. Most of the time it is used to. A lot of Italian movies do that shit, bro.
And it's just also when you mention that, the way they're all just standing there. Yeah. They look at the rest of them and they're all holding like a leg, an arm, and they're like,
they're not interested in eating them again. They just want to fuck you up. I know. How did you like the April Fool's reference in this movie? April Fool's Day.
Oh, I missed that one. Where?
Remember? Yeah, that was when Elvin was when they're going to the cabin. He keeps talking about horror movies. Like, hey, can anyone tell me what horror movie started like this? This is whatever. And everyone didn't know what to say. And the one girl, Chris, was like, April Fool's Day, and then he started laughing. But it's funny because she mentioned April Fool's Day, but she mentioned it came out. She said it was 1984, but that movie, if I'm not mistaken, we covered it. It's 1986. So I don't know.
Maybe in some countries, some movies release in different times.
Yeah.
That's why sometimes, like when we go to cover it, some movies like in the United States it'll be its 40th anniversary, but in another country it's already been out for like 42 years.
That's crazy. How'd you miss that though? That reference? I'm like,
I don't know how I missed it.
I can't wait for Joe to see this part. I know you fucking love that movie, and you made me really appreciate that movie. So
I honestly can't believe I missed the reference.
Movie. I'm like, all right, you know what? This movie gets some points from all the fucking films they could have referenced. They brought up April Fool's Day
because I felt it threw in a lot. I mean, I felt Cabin Fever. Yeah. I felt Evil Dead.
Yeah. The dude's shirt, Elvin's shirt, it said Brain Dead. And obviously we know Peter Jackson's film Dead Alive, the original title is Brain Dead. And it's funny because in that movie, one of the very first kills in that movie was when the zombie injected its fingers into somebody's fucking eye sockets and split his skull.
So,
and
like,
that's exactly how he died.
Erlen died?
Yeah, that's how he died. So he had the shirt on and he died the same way. So
shit, we didn't think about adding Brain Dead to next year. Yeah, we might do a special one of that. We didn't. Yeah, we
always do a bonus or
Yeah, that's true.
We'll find a way to cover it regardless. But bro, I could never stay in that fucking cabin, by the way, where there's no bathroom. You gotta go to an outhouse. Like, what the fuck, dude? And by the way, one of the most disgusting scenes I've ever seen on film. I don't care. I could watch the goriest of the goriest. I seen a woman get fucking rat stuff down her throat. This shit here, though, when the guy took a shit, wiped his ass with one little thin piece of ply paper, and all of a sudden this girl comes in and starts licking his fucking shitty fucking fingers, and she starts having sex on top of a porta potty where the guy just took a shit. You know that shit must smell.
That's what Adam said.
For that, I'm sorry, bro.
Adam was like, Adam goes, how hard up are people in this country that you would sit there and like go and have sex with somebody in a porta potty?
You could tell she was horny because from the very beginning, so let's talk. Tell me about the guys. Who's available essentially. All the way to the car and with only one arm. Then greed. The coin falls out. It wasn't his fault though.
It wasn't his fault though.
I wouldn't say greed because that was Hannah.
It was Hannah.
She put it. He wanted nothing to do with it. Remember?
He's the Fog.
Said, huh?
This movie also reminded me of The Fog. Because the fog, yes, remember they were after their gold.
Yeah.
And literally, once they handed the stuff over and they thought they were in the clear, Martin. So it made me, yes, that's what I'm saying. The movie has a lot of little homages in there. And the
fog, was there a reason why they came back at
yes. They had to get, it was, I think I don't. Did they turn the gold into the cross? But it was they were back for their
Yeah.
gold.
So they
That's
got
what.
the gold back. Why did they come back? Because they didn't give them all the gold. I can't remember for some reason.
Um. No, I think that the
No, I
reason that
just
they showed,
he
yeah,
just
the
got
thing the first time that they showed up was literally,
yeah.
I don't know if it was the anniversary of when what had happened to the people, and then they were back as that's the only reason they were there. They were hunting
Yeah.
for their gold.
There
So
you
yeah,
go.
that's why it made me think of that. Like I
Cool.
was like, it's pretty cool that
Good shout.
and I think it's Norway. Shit, I'm almost sure the movie's from Norway. But I think it's cool that you have another country that throws
Oh,
in,
well, I could look it up quick.
a bunch of little references to horror movies, and to have a character literally point out, isn't this how all horror movies start? Like I
Yeah,
thought that
that reminded me of you because you always bring that
that
shit
would
up.
be me.
It's Norwegian. Yeah, it's Norwegian, obviously. So yeah, it's a Norwegian film.
Yeah, that totally would be me sitting there like telling everybody to, and I do that actually. I do that all the time when we go somewhere. We like we did one time.
Salud,
For
brother.
one of my birthdays, we rented some kayaks, not
Yeah.
kayaks, canoes,
No,
and they wanted to go off to the side. I'm like,
You ain't catching me.
you know, every single horror movie that starts off with people on on fucking canoes wanting to go off the beaten
I'm all
path,
set,
it
brother,
doesn't
I'm
go
all set.
well. No, stay on the path. We already worried about alligators here. But yeah, and when you had mentioned the way that Erlin had died, I thought that was like, I'm sitting there and like when
brain
he
splats on the
fucking,
ground.
oh my god. Well, it's funny because you think of zombies, you
Yeah.
think of brains, and then the brain drops. It's almost another of like, yeah, we don't even care about this. Like it's not,
No,
we're
again,
not
yeah.
we're not here to eat brains. Like it literally, you just saw
You
it.
know
But
what's funny about this film that it reminded me of you as well? A lot of entrails. A lot of
oh
entrails.
my
in this
god.
movie, bro. I like how that one creepy wanderer character told Roy that, because he said, "Oh, we're med students. We can handle ourselves." He's like, "Oh yeah, tell me where in medical school training did you ever get taught what to do if you ever if you have to hold your own intestines in your hands and shit, or something like that." I'm paraphrasing, but of course I knew once that happened. All right, I know how he's dying because that's
That
obvious
more-
horror 101.
More than
foreshadowing.
one, because Liv, when
Liv was cool when she wakes up and
oh,
she's getting disemboweled right in front of her. Oh jeez.
it like, excuse me, you're still alive as this is happening to you, and her visions all blur. I thought that was another great touch to it. Her vision's all
yeah,
blurry
you're right.
because
Talk
she's
about that, yeah,
injured. She's injured. She's at this point losing blood. When you lose a lot of blood, you start to basically black out. So as you can't basically see straight,
yeah.
to blurrily see that all of a sudden you look down and what they're pulling out is your insides, and you can't even see it clearly, but
Yeah.
once you realize, dude, I love that. I don't,
You ever had a dream like that?
what?
Are you getting disemboweled? Like,
No,
as you're alive?
thankfully
No?
not. No. I have a lot of
It-
fucked up dreams, so now I'm gonna have that one because you threw that out there into the universe. Thanks a lot.
You got it. Usually, you're the one that's always telling me about stuff that, like, your phobias that a lot of these movies invoke, like whether it's frogs, spiders, eyeballs, or whatever. This movie had the one thing that, I got many as well, maybe not as many as you, but claustrophobia, bro. The character of Hannah, I knew once she said, "No, get off, I'm claustrophobic." You know that? Oh no, she's gonna get buried, isn't she? And of course,
And then-
she's the one that gets the avalanche piles on top of her. Hey, by the way, if you ever get caught in an avalanche and you don't know what's up or down, just spit, just like Vernon said. There you go.
What did he say happens when you spit?
Well, when you spit, gravity. So if the spit comes back down, obviously you gotta go up. So
And it's funny because I did think about that in that scene. I didn't think about that what he said either, because I was like, oh my god, how do you know? Like
'cause you're so
if you're gonna keep
disoriented, you
digging
don't know.
down, yeah, if you're
Imagine that,
digging
bro.
down,
Jeez.
like how can you pull yourself together to know which direction you're facing in the snow? Right? Yeah.
I couldn't take it, bro. When
This
she's
is
trapped
why I live in
underneath,
Florida.
I thought, okay, if that's me and I got all that snow piled on top, I'm not strong enough. I'm too weak, too injured. I can't move it. No, I'm not gonna get out of it. You're gonna slowly die, and you're trapped. I'm sorry, my claustrophobia is really bad, and when that shit happened, I was like, ooh, this tapping into my fears now.
Well, and you mentioned the intro, so you also had wasn't who was it? Yeah, Vagard. Vagard fought the one zombie and then goes over the ledge with the zombie that he just finished beating,
using the
holding
entrails
on
as
to
a
the
rope.
entrails on him. Then you had Liv. You know, she ends up after she realizes what's going on, takes
Yep.
the grenade and commits suicide.
And the
Um,
hiker guy too. When they found him dead, Vagard found him dead in his
yes,
tent. His
everything
entrails were
was
hanging.
out, and then Roy,
And Roy,
before he got his head bashed in, and
him
as
with a
he's
hammer.
turning around, and and I was waiting just to
Yeah.
see the whole.
That's what I
like,
was waiting for too.
And then no, the fucking his intestine is fucking tied up to a tree.
You got caught a tree branch.
There was a lot of entrails in this movie, and I gotta
Yeah.
say, I fucking dug it.
Yeah.
But
so, yeah, good.
I was gonna say, because we do have to. I mean, this is about zombies, and there was something I gotta say. It's a little bit different about these zombies that I am kind of not so used to. First of all, we already deal with runners. Yes. Oh, sorry.
No, good. That's in
Okay.
reference to claustrophobia. Good.
But we mentioned that there were runners, but there were also runners skilled with knives.
Mhm.
They get the wander and slit his throat.
Yeah, again, yeah, they're tactful. They're not regular zombies. They're
Okay.
the creatures of the night.
Did it bother you that they breathed?
Well, no, because again, I don't think they're not. They call them zombies, yes, but they. Okay, you know what? Yeah, that would bother me because they're supposed to be dead regardless. Yeah, yeah.
And like,
wait a
and-
minute. So I didn't even think about that. So yeah,
Go ahead.
are you saying you saw them with cold coming out of their
breath. Well, and even they're sitting there like at one point when there's a standoff. I'm not gonna toot, but there's a standoff, and like there's three of them, and they're like,
Oh, I didn't. Yo, good.
like you can see
call.
them, and I'm sitting there and going,
You're right. No, you're right. Yeah, they're
Why
supposed
is-
to be dead. They're not
like,
supposed to be breathing.
I liked the look of the zombies in this movie.
Yeah.
I like that the fact that because they would be buried in snow, so therefore like things would basically it would keep better
Mhm.
because it's being frozen in there.
Preserved. Yeah.
But when Herzog all of a sudden goes rise, oh, so y'all talk too? So
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
for the thing there's my negatives were on
Hey,
what's
Bub talked though, so I give him a pass from the talk.
But-
Plus, it wasn't like having a conversation. So.
no. I know,
But you're
but I
right.
mean,
The breathing, yeah, you're right. That's not cool. They shouldn't have. Again, but all right. See, the movie's called Dead Snow, and it's sold as a zombie flick. They're zombie Nazis, So when you watch it, though, they're not. In my opinion, they're not zombies. Like you said, they breathe, they communicate, they have tactics, they use weapons, right? And they're not really interested in your flesh. They just want to fuck you up for disturbing them and taking what's theirs, So that is and plus this is their gravesite, and these people are trespassing on it. Like the character Sarah, for example, she didn't steal anything in the beginning, but she's disturbing their gravesite. Interesting enough, too, that character Sarah, the actress, is the actress who played the mother Rebecca and the ugly stepsister.
what?
Yeah, pretty
Oh
interesting. fun fact
wow!
there,
All
yeah.
right,
It's funny because when
a lot of cool connection to this movie.
when I looked it up, and I'm like, Sarah, but all she was a decapitated head, bro. I swear to you, I won't even lie. I completely forgot. Oh, she was in the fucking cold open. I was already so disconnected from the beginning, like, oh, okay. Now I understand. So yeah, she was in it. Yeah.
Well, and like I said, so where I thought that some of the comedy parts, especially when involving the zombies, as I said, when them just standing there holding the body parts, but the scene where like they all pulled out their knives, going back to Vagard real quick,
Yeah.
and then they stabbed him, and they pulled it out. Dude, I don't know why, but that reminded me of the, I think it was in Scary Movie 2, when the three girls were fighting Chris Elliott's little hand. You know how like they sit there and they did the move. It looked comical, in the sense like in that like I literally when they were like took out their knives and it looked so choreographed that I actually in that scene I saw the three girls from Scary Movie doing the whole leg thing. Oh, I just kicked my camera tripod.
Oh,
But I just saw the it made me
look at
think of that.
belly,
it made me think of that
Oh,
really quickly. Like when they did that, I'm like, oh my god, that's like the scary movie scene. You know, when they all go to do their pose, like they stab and pose, and then
Hey
they
man,
ripped them
who knows?
apart.
Maybe that's where they got that from. Who knows?
Hey, if I caught that, that
This
even better.
director did something else though. Let me see something because it was something. I could have swore he did another like more mainstream, something more recent. Oh yeah, he did. Oh, he did Violent Night, one with David Harbour plays the. Yeah,
Oh, did he
yeah,
really?
he
I
did
still
that.
have to see that one.
He directed that. He did. Yeah.
So he's got a good, like,
He's got a
little.
yeah. I mean, he's still current and he's still doing film. He's active, and one thing I will say though, I don't know if it was his idea, but or a script writer, unless he was a script writer, I didn't check. But the has some good kills. I would say a lot of the kills in
Yeah.
this movie were fucking great. I mean, some of them I laughed out loud. Some I was like, oh, that's pretty cool and that's practical. The CGI was to a minimum, but the biggest strength to me for this film is the atmosphere, bro. Like seeing zombies in the snow, and I love the contrast from like the complete whiteness of everything, and then you got that juxtaposition of the red blood on all the characters' faces and shit like that. Like it's just a cool combination. I thought you don't see that often. Normally, when there's a zombie film, it takes place, suburbs or a metropolitan area, but you never really see like out there in the wilderness, especially in the fucking. Well, I don't want to say wilderness because we got the Walking Dead, so it takes place all over Georgia and Virginia and beyond. But I mean, like in the great outdoors, like the winter great outdoors. That's pretty cool. I like that setting.
So it's a good film. I was listening
Wait,
to you
wait, do
totally.
that
I
too. No,
promise
it's fine.
you.
No, it's fine. But
Well,
you
no.
can look it up.
Well, it's not. It was because we're gonna be getting ready to wrap it up, but before we do, I just wanted to see if there was so
There was one little quick nitpick before you get into that though. It's
okay,
weird.
go ahead and do that thing.
Yeah,
And
and it's
then,
just a nitpick. It's just like some weird editing choices in this film. I noticed, like when Hannah and Liv were together, and they're freaking out, and Hannah wants to split up, Liv doesn't, and then Liv convinces Hannah, all right, you know what, you're right, let's stay together. But then it cuts to I think it was Vernon maybe, but then all of a sudden when it cuts back to them,
they're
uh,
separated.
when they just say, okay, you're right, we'll stay together. Then the next thing you know, they're separated. I'm
Yeah,
like, wait a minute, that's not what they discussed. So I'm like,
dude,
that must
the
have been some
grenade
weird.
explosion was really far away from her.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
it
it was
was.
like there's if they were close this whole entire time, and all of a sudden they just separated, then that bitch can run really fast in the snow.
Hmm.
So like that's because I do agree with that because I
Yeah,
caught that. I caught that they had this conversation.
it
They
was
got
jarring,
split up.
Yeah, yeah, it was
And the
jarring.
splitting up was actually it's almost like you missed where they split up in here.
Yeah,
And then you've got
because
Hannah
that
who's
wasn't the
now
plan.
running from one zombie, and then you've got, Liv who's getting
Hmm.
eaten by one of the zombies. And yeah, it was there was I don't know if it was just something that they accidentally did in editing and they didn't
Oh,
pay attention.
by the way, yeah, it's Vergard. I keep saying Vernon for some. I'm getting Erland and Vernon confused. That's
Oh.
Vergard. Vergard.
But
Why can't it just be Bob? What the fuck, Vergard? What's up with these names, bro?
since I'm the one with the new beer, I'll go ahead and rate my beer.
Do it up, man. Do it
But
up.
before we say goodbye, just a little couple things. So I'm gonna take one last sip on the beer, and I'm gonna say that um so far the beers I have drank from KCBC have been pretty damn good. And I think I gave their last one a 6-pack. This is another 6-pack. Because you told me to watch what I'm doing and look how much I have left. Like you have made me, you said you don't go, I haven't opened up a second can. We're still on one can here. But yeah, it's definitely a 6. I feel good.
What's the ABV on it?
It's 6.9.
Oh, nice. I went to a restaurant yesterday and I asked, first thing I always ask, IPA, what you got for your IPA? And then they told, oh, we have this one IPA, it's called Ranch or whatever. And it's a little bit, it's a lower on the alcohol, but then we also got Two Roads, Double Ruin. That's like that 9% shit P-Rock be drinking. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Damn, I don't want that. I hate strong beer like that. So I'm like, all right, I Googled up the other one. That's like 7.2. I'm like, fuck. that's what I normally, all right, give me that shit. And it was fucking great. I wish I had it now, to be honest with you, man. It's really fucking good. But I'm glad you liked it. So what is yours called again? Give us that title. Man. What you
It
got?
is superhero sidekick.
Superhero sidekick. That's not now
Kicks. I'm sorry, plural.
sidekicks. And
You
it's
you
more
know
it's
you hate
fruity,
that of
right?
me.
Hops.
I literally no. It's just I mean it would like the citrus is almost perfect.
Cause I noticed for like the holidays, a lot of IPAs like that too, like the pints. They always try to get too festive, like all right, it's gingerbread infused or marshmallow.
No.
Ooh, God,
And
guys, leave me
I told you
fucking alone.
I actually I am a little bit a fan of having trying fruits, tropical stuff in
Yeah.
IPA.
Mhm.
The citrus is perfect on this, honestly. Like the last one that we had done, I sat there and I smelt the citrus like I hit you in your face. It wasn't like that with this one, but yeah, it's definitely this is 6-pack. Excuse
One
me.
last thing I want to say.
They only sell them as 4-packs though. So,
As
but
what?
as a 4-pack,
Oh, yeah.
or
Because of the,
I got a single for this.
that's normal. Yeah. One last thing I want to bring up before we wrap up on Dead Snow. The one scene when Chris got attacked as he's slowly trying to get back to the cabin, and that one fucking zombie comes out off screen out of nowhere, just she tackles him. The zombie tackles her. Spears the shit out of her. Boom. I don't know why. I'm as a wrestling fan, you don't know what I'm talking about, but trust me, that shit was fucking hilarious.
Well,
Alright.
just real quick, because we're still January's coming up, and we're all on Horror Fiend TV, kind of we are on a little bit vacations, taking it a little easy. A couple of new ones coming up. Obviously, we are going to definitely do 28 years later, the Bone Temple. We'll do that as a 3 Corners episode. Have you heard of We Bury the Dead?
Yeah, I heard of it. I don't think. What
So
year
it's
is
gonna
it?
be. It's actually no. It's coming out next. It's coming out in January. It
Oh
stars
no.
Daisy. It stars Daisy Ridley. I'll give you. I'm not gonna ruin it. I guess a little bit.
It's fine.
But
It's fine.
it's all right. The synopsis is: in a post-disaster world. See, the beer just kicked in.
Yeah.
In a post-disaster world where the dead hunt the living. It's a zombie movie that's coming out.
With Daisy Ridley, huh?
Daisy
Interesting.
really we should think that, yeah, like I said, I have to get our schedule together, but I know that do we do 2 zombie movies for January? We'll have to get with the villain, see if he'd be okay with.
No, it's fine. Yeah, we'll go through it. We'll see. I mean, we'll cover it regardless on one of our shows.
Well, and they're going to be doing Return of the Living Dead.
Yeah,
and
yes.
it is a reboot sequel set in 1985, continuing the original story. So, if anything, obviously our episodes drop at the end of the month.
Who's behind that though? Who's the producers and you got a director attached to it?
I do not have that on the screen that I got.
That's
in front of me
okay.
right now.
That's okay.
But Ricky and I, for coming next month, definitely going to be doing Horror Italiano, and we're going to be doing Brains and Brews. Both of us kind of need a little mental break on our other shows, so we may actually you might actually see a surprise live Brains and Brews in case there's one that's coming out that we don't cover for 3 Corners. So we may have, because for next month there is not going to be a live. It's going to be a pre-taped episode, guys, but we're going to announce our lineup for 2026. A lot of first watches for, I think you had a lot of first watch, right? Yeah, so make sure to check that episode out. We're gonna list out. It's what you just to make sure you watch the episode. You have to watch it all the way to the end because Ricky will announce our first live, which I should have had the calendar up because we'll be back live in February. Hold on. Oh no, I snorted. We're in trouble. We'll be back live February 22nd, but on January 25th will be the episode where we're going to discuss what we're going to be covering. Obviously, new stuff is going to be dropping in 2026. So Ricky and I just might take advantage and just do some little extra Brains and Brews episode. Because Ricky, do you mind like doing a live and having beer with me?
Never that, brother.
Never that. Because the other one I'm kind of interested in is Rapture. So, yes, it's a medieval zombie movie.
Oh, now we talking. What up? We got a period piece.
Wait,
son?
you know who's the star? Will Poulter.
Will Poulter, my man, Adam
Will
Warlock
Poulter.
himself, huh?
He is going to be in it. And it's funny because one of the ones that they're listing for release for next year, you've already seen. And that's Queens of the Dead.
Queen
So we'll
Joe,
have
yeah.
to discuss it. Maybe you might want to do a little bonus.
You gotta see
Crazy.
that movie, regardless
I-
if we cover it or
Oh,
not.
no, I'm going
I
to.
just
I'm-
want your opinion on it, to be honest with you.
I'm definitely going to. But, you know, that's one that's listed for 2026. I think it's going to
Yeah.
get like a theatrical release, which is why they're putting it on there. You're also going to have Resident Evil is going to have another
Yeah,
basically.
yeah.
You're not excited about that?
No. I mean, I've been fell off that series, man. It got too sci-fi-ish, and it got too far away from what made Resident Evil work for me. It's just, I mean, hey, if it's good, I'll watch it. I mean, but either way, I'll watch it. Either way, I'm not excited, is what I'm saying. I don't want to get too excited for it.
Well, and even though it's weird that they always put Evil Dead under zombies. Like, why do they do that?
They're demons, right? That's why I look
Yeah,
at them
yeah.
demonic forces. I don't look at them as zombies, bro.
Oh my God! Hey, guess what I just saw possibly releasing for this year?
What's that?
The Last Train to New York,
Oh yeah.
a direct reboot or remake of Train to Busan.
Come
So,
on. Didn't they do that
Uh,
already?
no, I don't. Did they?
Oh no, it was Peninsula that they raced out real quick. That sequel was out within months, probably felt like after
Dude,
Busan.
I just saw another one on here. I don't know. Who knows? You might get some bonus episodes because this might be a very, very interesting one to do. It's called Dead Howling.
Shit, we should have waited to
It's
look at this list before we made our
werewolves
list.
hunt zombies on that one.
Werewolves hunt
Zombies.
But wouldn't
Dead
werewolves
Howling.
destroy zombies though? That's
Well, I
that's not a
mean, we'll
fight,
find
no
out.
contest,
We'll
man.
see.
Unless
But yes,
unless these motherfuckers from dead snow.
but I'll before I do my don't get bit, I'll just gonna say something real quick and then give the floor to you and then give you guys a dead bit. Thank you for joining us this year. We wanted to test out doing this live thing. We've had a lot of fun doing it. We've done some movies that not everybody talks about, but you know what? That's the whole reason you do shows like this. Because are you going to keep watching shows of movies that everyone talks about? No, because I'm gonna tell you right now, I haven't seen anybody do Dead Snow. So at least I'll look up after if anybody else covered it. But yes, guys, thank you for joining us. Make sure to watch for that episode that we dropped discussing next year. Ricky, again, our last live for 2025. Literally,
Last
legit, because it wasn't Three Corners. This is
It
it.
was this way. I was confused because on Three Corners, I was like, oh, this is our last live stream of the year. Like, no,
Of
brother.
Three Corners. No, bro.
I'm
Me
like,
and you
my
are the
bad.
last live.
My bad, but yeah, we won't be back with live Brews and Brews till February. I'm correct on that at least.
Yes.
Right? Yeah, cool. All right, man. Well, in the meantime, you'll get some Howard Italiano episodes and anything else in between, my brother. Pick us
All right.
home, kid.
With that, thank you for joining us. Make sure to hit that subscribe. Hit the notifications for the lives. Those are important, guys, because when you hit that notification, when we go live, you join us live. Don't wait till the last minute. Join when we jump in
We
there.
want your opinion too. We want you to comment. Drop their comments.
Comments. And thank you
Talk to
for
us.
watching us. And make sure you don't get motherfucking bit.
Guessing these devils be savages. Slim than chance with the averages. Sitting on the low like you added slick. Darkness make you disappear like a magic trick. Pull up to the table, come down and sit. These devils try to tie you the crown with it. Now you surrounded by counterfeits, trying to chop you up into 1,000 bits.